everyone to BPW Goes Digital. The topic for today is LinkedIn for BPW. And speaker for today is Joscelin Yeung, who is the executive board member of BPW Hong Kong and who is also a young BPW member. And she is the international relations chair of BPW Hong Kong. She works as a training and development professional who specializes in soft skill delivery. She is also passionate about public speaking and is the president of the local Toastmasters Club. And she believes that public speaking is a way to empower women. She has worked in a local and international NGOs and has been an intern at UN Women. So we have a very dynamic young member to present us about LinkedIn today. And now the floor is all yours, Jocelyn.
Hello, everyone, and all my BPW sisters all around the world. It's great to see you all again. And today we're talking about a social media platform called LinkedIn. I'm sure that many of us have heard of LinkedIn, but what exactly is it like? And how different is it from other social media platforms? And most importantly, how should we be leveraging it for our BPW networks and affiliates? So today we're going to dive into the what and also the how. So let's start with what. What is LinkedIn? So LinkedIn is a professional networking platform which allows us to have posts on a personal capacity, as well also there's a business page. Now we'll go on to details on that later. But why do we exactly have to use LinkedIn for BPW? Because, as I mentioned, it is a professional networking platform. And let's think about who are we attracting? We're trying to attract members and guests who are professional women. And where are these professional women online? Many of them are actually on LinkedIn. So when you're using LinkedIn for BPW as a company page, you can actually attract many members and guests to join our activities, or also to just look at our posts and to know more about our updates. So that's where we can connect professional women all around the world through this platform, because as I mentioned, it's a professional networking platform. One other use of LinkedIn is also to connect not people who may have heard of BPW or people who may not be like super active or connected. But somehow when we share our posts online through the LinkedIn platform, other professional women on the second degree or third degree platform, just like Facebook, like friends of friends, yes, then they will also be able to know what BPW is doing. So that's why LinkedIn is such a powerful platform for professional connection, which is so different from other platforms like Instagram or Facebook, where we focus on our personal capacity sharing and just for the pages. Yes, we can still have a page, but that's more of like a fun or social networking purposes. For LinkedIn, it's professional. It's really important. That's why I have to emphasize it for 3 times. Now you may say, are there any BPW affiliates or groups who are actually using LinkedIn now? Yes. In fact, it is through LinkedIn that I found out where BPW is, and there's an organization named BPW. When you go on to search on LinkedIn, you actually manage to find like a few of our affiliates and even our BPW International. They actually have pages on like our LinkedIn group on LinkedIn already. So it means that some of our BPW sisters have been working on LinkedIn already. Also, there are other BPW affiliates using this function called groups, which we will dive into this concept slightly later. For this, we can also see there are many different, like a few affiliates and clubs in all around the world who are using this function. Now, as you can see, some of us are already getting a head start on it. And for those who have not started, let's dive into the basics and the 101 of doing like how to actually use this platform for our professional use. So the first thing is, let me just go to our BPW page. As I'm from BPW Hong Kong, I'm going to showcase this page to you. Now, when we look at the page, you can see our logo, our name. As you can see our logo right here. Yes, right here. And you can see our name right over here. Now, the reason why it's really important to make sure that the name is correct is because if you have like a typo in the name, then when you search like BPW, and it just doesn't pops out. So that's really, really important for every social media page. The first thing when you look at the page, we're not going to talk about the details. We're talking about how do you actually create such a page. The prerequisite to create a LinkedIn page is that you must have a LinkedIn account. That means the manager or the person who is creating the account, you must need a LinkedIn account. Assuming that you have already created your personal profile, which will be something like this, So this is my personal profile. When you go on Google and you search my name, and on LinkedIn, you will see this if you're not connected to me. When you see my profile and you scroll down, you will see this, BPW Hong Kong, Chair of International Relations. Wow, how can we exactly have this section in our profile and to let other people know more about BPW, which is part of our professional CV and our experience. Before we can actually put this into our profile, we have to create a company page, as I mentioned. Now moving back, I'll be going into my personal page just to let you have a quick look. Here. Now, if you're on your personal page, this is my personal page on the editing page, as you can see, where can we actually find the button to create? It's on the top right-hand corner, right over here. Then you can click this work button. Oops. And toward the bottom, then you can find this, create a company page. That's where we do it. Now let's click on it. Now creating a company page, and you may say, oh, BPW is not a company, but it's called a company page, just not to confuse our audience over here. I guess most of our BPW affiliates is a small business, so we should click on, okay, fewer than 200 employees. We choose the number of people. And then there are different information that we have to fill it in. So for example, it's a BPW, maybe Hong Kong, so I can just put in the name, or BPW just Switzerland, BPW France. It depends on the name of your affiliate. Then the second one over here, LinkedIn public URL. This is a really important point because you can actually customize your URL. Like it could be, so they have suggested BPW like hyphen Hong Kong, but I don't like it. I just want it to be BPW HK, so I can just edit it. And this is really important for us. As for a public URL, it's really like a simple thing for people to type in when they want to to actually search for BPW. So make sure you don't make it like a super complicated URL. And if you have an external website for your own BPW affiliate, it's also great to connect it with the LinkedIn as well. So also type in your website. Now for the company details, I would suggest for the industry, as our BPW affiliates are non-profit, then I would suggest that we could go for, there's an option which is called civic and social organization. Then we can click on this and we can choose the company size. I believe that for most of our affiliates, it will be around 2 to 10 or 11 to 50, depending on the number of people in the executive committee. So let's choose 2 to 10 for demonstration. And we can also choose the company type, which is non-profit for our case, as it is for most of our clubs, it's a non-profit case. Now, one of the most important thing is that you must have a logo. If you can create a company page without a logo, but you wouldn't actually trust a page without a logo, right? Just as you wouldn't want to buy something without like a proper packaging. So you may want to choose just to upload the file of your BPW affiliate. And for example, for us, it's a BPW, and I'll just upload our logo right over here. Probably you may have already realized on our right-hand side, there has already been something going on, is that there has been a preview. Okay, the logo is coming up, and there's BPW Hong Kong already. Ooh, there's already a preview of what other people will see on your LinkedIn profile. And then let's move on to the bottom part, where's the tagline. For the tagline, it's a really important part, as when people look at the tagline, they know what exactly this LinkedIn page is about and what BPW Hong Kong is about. Because to be very honest, when you go on LinkedIn and you see BPW, most of us don't really know what B or P or W stands for. And this is where you can just dwell on the details and tell people how or what the affiliate is about. Of course, you have to click this button on verifying that you are the verified representative of this organization. Then you click create. Of course, I'm not going to create another BPW Hong Kong page for now. And now I'm going to jump into our BPW Hong Kong page as if I've just created it. So after creating a page, as you can see, there's some features that we have to take note of. Other than the logo, we also have this part on the cover photo. For those who may have recognized in this cover photo, which is this long bar behind the profile on the logo, this allows you to customize it. And for us, as BPW Hong Kong, we have included a Hong Kong night scenery. So when you come into our page, you can immediately feel the vibrancy of our city. So that's how we would like to showcase as our club affiliate. And for you, for example, if you're in France, then you can have like an Eiffel Tower, or you can just have, or you could create a customized banner with all your events and everything. So it depends on how you would like to create and also promote the brand of your affiliate. And there are many things that you can actually do with your page. And let's start with something basic and easy. The first thing that you should do after you have created a page is to add your executive committee into the page. Or I would say that, as you can see, just when you look into our page, you can see here, okay, I have also, there's some employees on LinkedIn. It means that there are some people who have put BPW Hong Kong on as one of their professional experiences, just as you have seen in my profile. Let's click on it and take a look. When you click on it, then you can see there are 4 different names on it. And these 4 people are actually part of our executive committee based in Hong Kong. And so it's really great to connect your own profile to the BPW Hong Kong profile, which means that you also have to polish your own professional profile, because once you have connected your BPW page to your own profile, it means that you are also a great representation of BPW, because when people click onto your profile, they see you're part of BPW. So this is what BPW members are like. So it's really important to do that. As you can see, most of us, we do have professional photos as our profile pictures. And these are really important. As BPW names professional women, I would suggest that most of our members, you can actually try to audit your LinkedIn profile and to see that whether you're actually having a professional photo instead of like a selfie or like a photo like at the seaside or at the beach. Try to go for a professional shooting, and if not available, take one at your home now and just with a plain background or do some photoshopping. And we hope that your profile photo will be one of the first impressions that other people will see as your representation. Now going back to our BPW company page, there are a few functions that we can go to. Now I can go for, let me just view as an admin, so just to let you to see slightly more, because just now you were looking at the page from the perspective of a member, of like an ordinary LinkedIn member, which is that you're not the admin of the page. As for myself, I'm one of the admins of the page, so I can see the inner workings and the operations of what we can actually do. For example, as we can see right here, we can actually customize the buttons that we can choose. For example, we can have like, okay, I want them to go to our website more, so I can choose edit, and I can say, oh, my button name, I would like them to register as a member or sign up as a member, or I would like them to visit our website. For our club, we have chosen the button of learn more, to learn more about BPW. So you can also choose the button depending on the purpose and of course, like the stage of your affiliate. So you can see that there are many buttons that we can actually edit right over here. For example, our overview, and in case there are any edits that you would like to do. For example, as you can see, these are all the things that we have been going through at the very start of our process of creating a company page. And in case if there are any changes to like for your website, you can always edit it here. The location. You can also add your location. As for us, it's Hong Kong, so we have added it here. Hashtags are also really important. What are these hashtags about? These hashtags would be that you will be notified when these hashtags are being, when they're popular hashtags of the posts that are being posted on LinkedIn. For example, if there's some people who posted about BPW Hong Kong and they have hashtag us, then it will pop out in our notification as from the admin perspective. And it's really useful because we can track them and we can just go and like or comment on their posts. For us, we have chosen 2 of the hashtags for now, BPW Hong Kong and Women Empowerment, just to make sure we keep track of these updates. You can also manage the languages as well. So these are some basic functions behind the scenes that you can actually see on like behind the scenes in the LinkedIn page. Now, for just like Facebook or any other post or any other social media platform, one of the most important features or the functions is to post things on the platform. But for LinkedIn, what should we actually post? Is it exactly the same as Facebook or Instagram? As for myself, I would personally suggest that for LinkedIn, of course, we restrict and keep it to our updates for the events and especially professional events. For example, if you're having like a drink at a bar, it may also try, we would also like to say if that photo is also suitable for posting in on LinkedIn. Perhaps even if you're drinking in the bar, it's not a photo of you like drinking and like, you know, being like really happy. It's okay to post like a group gathering, like in a bar or in like another, like in a social venue, but just make sure that photo is more professional and like no people is getting drunk or like no people is getting like super crazy. Because as I mentioned, LinkedIn is a professional platform and the members do not like to see like random photos of you, like or foodie photos or photos of your random cats or your cute pets. They're cute, we would love to see them, but probably not on LinkedIn, especially on your company page. Now, let's take a look at an example of what we have posted. For example, we're having like a global skills training workshop in the coming week. So we have actually posted like a post on LinkedIn, which is and we have created a nice poster and posted it. And for this, we've also included like our speaker's name, our event details, and etc. And for this, we can attract people to like it. And of course, as members, we can also share it in your network. And how to actually share it with a network. Let me just go back to the members view just to make it more easier. For example, for any post here, you can actually just go here and you can see the share button. Just click share. I'm not going to click on it because I've shared it already. Yes, so we can click share or we can click just like. Or as you can see, there are actually 5 different likes or reactions that you can actually give to a post, which is like, celebrate, love, insightful, or curious. So you can choose these 5 functions while you're doing it on LinkedIn. As for me, I've chosen like for this particular post. So you can see that as for even you're not the manager of the LinkedIn group, or you're not the PR manager, but you're also part of the executive committee, or you're part of like just a member of your LinkedIn group or of your BPW affiliate, you can always share the post or like the post of your BPW affiliate page. But to be honest, sometimes our executive committee or maybe just the PR manager who will be the one posting online. And how can the other people actually know about your new posts? There's a very, very useful function of LinkedIn, which is called notify employees. In this case, the employees will be the ones who are working or those who have claimed that they're working in your organization, which are the ones that are having BPW Hong Kong in their professional CV online. So when you click this button, notify CV, notify employees, there will be a notification popping out. For example, on my personal profile, which will say that, oh, BPW Hong Kong has shared this post. And that will also encourage me to go in and click onto it. Just now, I have mentioned, so how can we actually add a part of BPW into, like just to add ourselves into the BPW page? Let's go into my personal page. So we go into this Me button and you can see View Profile. Okay, let's scroll down a little bit. You should be able to see like my different experiences over here, and particularly focusing on here, like Chair of International Relations. How can we actually create this experience section? We can just click Add, this Add button, this like a plus button, and you can add in your title. For example, if you're the president, then you can type, oh, I'm the president, or you can type, I'm the public relations man, or I'm like the public relations chair, for example. And you can say, okay, the employment type for us. So you can say it's a full-time, or like you can just leave it blank. Just like a full-time. Now, LinkedIn tells you to enter a company name. If you have not created a company page, you can actually still type in the company name. Like for example, let me just make it like, okay, BPW Global, for example. Oh, global. Okay, for example, like I would like to add this page and it's called BPW Global, but I have not created a company page. I can still add it, but you can see the logo becomes a gray one. It means that there hasn't been a company page actually created for it. So that's why we have been suggesting, if you have created a company page before, then you can add it officially onto your personal CV and it looks much greater. You don't want to really add something that which other people don't really know about, and there are no details onto your personal online profile. So that's why we would strongly encourage all the BPW affiliates to create their own company page. And we can add the location, and you can also say like, oh, are you currently working in this role, and like the start day, for example. These are really simple and just easy for us and that. Now, there's also one very important function for LinkedIn is that you can also update your headline, as well as there's this notification down here to share with your network. If you click on that, that means that many of your connections, that means people or friends, which in LinkedIn they say connections on LinkedIn, they will be notified that, okay, Joscelin has a new position, international relations chair with BPW. It's a really interesting and useful notification for us to use and to tell other people that we're actually part of this BPW network, and that your friends or your connections who may not know of BPW, they see this notification. Oh, so Mary is having this new position, and I'm going to see what is this new position about. So they're going to click on it and to know about you and your work, and also about the BPW affiliate themselves. So it's really important for us to use it. Oops. But of course, for some of us, not everyone wants to put it in their like career experience, but you can also have another option, which is to put it in your voluntary experiences part, which is here, volunteer experience. You can also choose to put it in index session, and the function is exactly the same. Just like add, and you can just have the same thing, and you can just also search for the same organization. But if you add your volunteer experiences, like your BPW experience in the volunteer section, it won't appear in the employee section. So you will have to just think about like, what do you actually want other people to see your BPW as a very important part of your career, or you just wanted to see it as a volunteer experience? So I personally would say, if you're part of the executive committee and you do hold like roles and you do actually contribute to our executive committee, I would personally say that you can put it in your career like section. But if you want to be slightly, perhaps a little bit more low profile, and you just want to say that, okay, I'm like volunteering, or maybe we have some members who are also volunteering for some task force projects, you may also put it in the volunteer section. So it may depend on different people's preferences. So this is some preferences that we're all open to. So we've talked about creating a page. We've talked about like adding ourselves to the company page, and also liking and also sharing the other pages. What other functions does LinkedIn also provide us as a BPW affiliate? As any other social media pages, we can also see our analytics, as we can see like how many visitors, how many impressions, and I'm sure that there are many like us who can just track like which of the posts are which are more popular for etc. And I'm not going to go in like super details in this webinar, as I'm sure that we can all, after you've created your page, you can experiment it a bit more. But I'm going to focus more about the part about networking. Other than just posting your posts here, for example, like starting your own post, you can actually do many different functions. Like you can add like a photo, you can add a video, you can also add a document. It's an interesting fact because for other platforms like Instagram and Facebook, you can usually only add like photos and videos. But on LinkedIn, you can also add PDFs. So for example, there's like a text document, or perhaps there's a proposal that you would also like to share. You can also share a PDF on your platform. You can also create a poll, which is a relatively new function for LinkedIn. As you can see, you can create a poll. For example, you can create a poll that you would like to raise awareness. For example, when International Women's Day is coming up, and you could type like, okay, so how are you celebrating in IWD like 2021 or 22? And you can give like 5 options just to make it a more engaging post, and for people to actually just simply click on it, and just not only to simply click like or celebrate or curious, but to engage with the post itself and to attract more members and guests to our page. So this is one function that we can actually use. And you can also add like different options, and also you can choose how long this post should be valid for. You can also celebrate an occasion, for example, an anniversary, or as I mentioned, like International Women's Day or our International Congress Day. There are many different ways that we can actually create a post. Now, one very powerful thing of LinkedIn, I sort of mentioned this a little bit earlier when we have created a company page, is to add the hashtags. When you add the hashtags, you can actually add like BPW Hong Kong, or some more common hashtags like gender equality. As you can see, while I've been typing, they actually have many suggestions. Because by adding the hashtags, and for people, for example, for myself, I've been following this hashtag called gender equality. So whenever there's some popular post on hashtag gender equality is going on, no matter from what kind of page is it, it will pop up on my newsfeed. So you can also attract people who are interested in gender equality to come to your page. One more last function that I'm going to talk about is the function of groups. Do you recall that at the very beginning of the webinar, I actually showed that there are actually some existing groups that our LinkedIn, that our BPW sisters have been using already. So what is groups? Just like a Facebook group or any other groups are more inclusive, and we actually have to approve the members to enter into the groups. For a page is a more public one, and most of the other members of people, they can actually see it. So where can we find groups? Just go. So if this is my LinkedIn profile, you can actually see on the left-hand side, on the left bar, there's this part called My Pages, which is the pages that I'm managing, and also the part on groups, as you can see here. As for BPW Hong Kong, we also have a group, and for a group, let's see what's the difference. Oh, this post seems similar, right? Yes. As for myself, I've actually shared a post from the page into the group. Why do I have to do so? Because people in the group are probably more engaging, and probably people who already are interested in the work of your BPW affiliate. And who are the people who should be in the group? Of course, as you can see here, for our group admins, they are people like mostly our executive committee members. And for people who are the members of our group, as you can see here, they may be people who are generally interested in gender equality, generally interested in women empowerment, or the third one is really important, is that people who may have attended our events before. For those people who have attended our events before, other than connecting by them and on a personal capacity, we can also connect them through this kind of group. We can invite them into the group, and whenever there are some new posts or new events, they can actually be notified. An interesting thing is that in groups, also members can also publish their votes. So not only BPW, like your only affiliate can post, is that other members, for example, like Mary, yes. For example, Mary is also like from like a company who is really interested in gender equality, and they also have an event that they would like to share, or some news or some personal news. They can also share it in this group. And I think this kind of group is really great to foster some communication, not only on WhatsApp or on Facebook, but in a professional setting. So I believe that not only that we should create a company page, we should also create a group for our BPW affiliates, just for more interaction between guests and also members and also our executive committee. Now today we have gone for quite a bit, which is from having your own personal profile, adding it into the company page, and also how to create some interactive features on the post, on the page, as well as having a group. You can also use a function which is called writing articles, which is a unique feature for LinkedIn. But for writing articles, it's quite different, is that we can't actually write an article on behalf of the BPW affiliates or from a company page or from a group perspective. We have to do it on a personal capacity. So I believe that after you've mastered all the basic functions, writing an articles is really something that you should do. Why? Let us just click on just to see what an article is like. So just look at my articles, which like a few articles that I've written. As you can see on my activities, there are actually different buttons like activities, polls, and documents. And for articles, you can see that I've written an article on a mentorship. I've written an article also on women empowerment in business. Just click on it and just to let you see what exactly it is an article about. To be honest, I'm not really a super good writer, but I still write it. Why? It's because on the algorithm in LinkedIn, articles are really good to drive traffic to your own personal profile as well. If you have shared this article perhaps to your BPW company page or your group, you will also draw traffic to that particular page or group. And for example, you don't really have to write like super sophisticated articles. Just share your views about anything. For example, your experience in a BPW or perhaps some takeaways from the event. As you can see, I found a stock photo from a free stock photo website as a cover photo, and then you can just have I have a super short article right here. It's okay if you don't really get lots of likes and lots of likes, but don't underestimate the power of articles, because by blogging on LinkedIn, it also builds your personal credibility as well as the credibility of your BPW affiliate. So I do hope that this function can also drive traffic, and also just to promote not only yourself, but also the BPW club. Now, how can we actually share it and to make sure that your club can actually see this? Just let me go back to the page. Now, when you are on your personal profile and you would like to share a post, you can say write an article and just write here. You can see this hyperlink, write an article. You click on it and you can start writing your article. Super easy. Now the thing is, how can we actually link it to our BPW? There are many ways that we can do it. For example, while we are writing like demo, wait, we can have a hashtag inside our, okay, it's finally finished now loading. You can actually have a hashtag inside the article, or you can also, when you publish the article, you can actually add, that means tagging, just like Facebook or Instagram, tagging your own BPW affiliate or other people or other BPW members. For myself, when I publish anything, just going back to our page, when we start a post, when I just want to publish an event about BPW, I just tend to tag our president or our vice president, just to make sure other people also get to see the post, and also other people who are following them also see that post as well. So that's also an important function, not only when we publish our articles, but also our posts which are related to BPW. So go back and just write something that you're passionate about. It can be about BPW, your mission. It can be about your first experience, your first event, or just anything. You don't have to be professional writer as I am. No, I am not, just to clarify. So just start writing, and you can draw attention and also drive traffic to your own page as well as to the BPW affiliate. And now, as I believe that we've gone through most of the main functions. As for most of our webinars, I believe that there's always a call to action. For those who have not created a LinkedIn page, the first action that you should take is to create your own LinkedIn page, which is super easy by a professional headshot, as well as adding your own professional details. If you need help, you can also message me, or you can message any other of our BPW sisters who are already online. And I'm sure that we'll be able to provide some advice for you to how to actually manage your profile. The second action after you've created it is to find somebody in your affiliate to actually create their company page. It doesn't have to be your PR person. It can be anyone in the executive committee. Create a company page. The first step is that add people in the executive committee into the profile page. That's into the company page. So personal page, company page, add your personal page into the company page. And the fourth step, start posting. Just treat it as any other social media platform. It's okay if you don't really get lots of likes or attention from people at the very start, but try to post starting from professionally. Or what I did is that I actually looked at other BPW platforms all around the world, see what they're doing, and we try to see if their style matches with us, and we can also like it. And the fifth step, try to connect with people around the world, and especially our BPW sisters all around the world. Search BPW. See how many results will pop up. It will amaze you. And try to connect with them individually and also on a group level. And I'm sure that LinkedIn can provide us a professional platform, not only on a professional networking, but also as a professional platform, as a networking, as a group for any BPW affiliate. And I hope this webinar is useful for us, and see you on LinkedIn. Thank you.
Thanks to our speaker today, Joscelin Yeung, for giving us a great presentation on LinkedIn and the uses of it for BPW. Not only your personal profile, but of course your page for your BPW affiliate and a group for BPW members, which you may or may not open up to other interested parties. But in all the case, to attract people to your affiliate and to becoming members, and to engage your current membership with one another and with their identity as BPW members. One of the unique features is also on LinkedIn is also the ability to write and publish articles. And you can randomly do that as members in your own level of expertise, but also then circling it back to your page for your BPW affiliate by linking it to them in terms of tagging them, by posting it, or having an administrator if you're not posted on the page for your BPW club, and otherwise reflecting back that you are indeed a BPW member and therefore a professional. So it's a good way to use LinkedIn strategically to improve and increase continually the visibility and the level of your BPW club in the eyes of the community. There's another aspect in which your BPW affiliate can identify professional writers within your club and researchers and get them together in order to purposefully post articles about women's issues, gender statistics, advocacy that you're doing, and so on. Posting it through their personal profile, which is the only way that LinkedIn will allow this to happen, but then linking it back to and posting it on the BPW page. So you can target this, and you can also encourage your members to just write articles within their sphere of expertise, but link it to the BPW page as well as a reflection of your club and its membership. So all in all, LinkedIn is really where BPW should be. Of all the social media platforms, all of which have their own certain features and benefits, LinkedIn is the one geared for professionals who are connecting with other professionals, and that sounds like us. So let's do this. Thanks to all of you, the viewers, for coming to yet another of our video tutorials. We are adding to them almost daily. anyway, very regularly. So keep coming back to this channel and look for more. And check our Facebook page for the announcements of every new video that's uploaded. And join one of our live webinars. Be part of this exciting capacity building youth leadership initiative by coming and participating as an audience member. We hope to see you there. Bye for now.